Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for your kind indulgence. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 52.1 to make a statement of general and global concern, namely the passing on of Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican State, who died on Easter Monday, 21st April 2025, at the ripe age of 88. I join the rest of the world in celebrating the life of arguably the most liberal and progressive Pope ever. His death is a huge loss to progressives of all shades across the world. Mr. Speaker, as a practicing Catholic myself and one who has had the privilege to see 3 popes in my life, with a 4th about to start his term, I have had time to reflect on the values and principles that the leader of the Holy See usually bestows on the Catholic community, the largest religious denomination across the world. In my reflections, I have come to understand that the key qualities that made Pope Francis unique on the stellar role of popes were his genuine compassion, his grace towards the poor and the vulnerable, his deep belief in the principles of inclusivity, and the mighty hand of support he extended to the marginalized, including sexual and gender minorities, at times when these topics were anathema in most parts of the globe. Indeed, Pope Francis manifested courage in its pure form. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is meaningless to celebrate the lives of the departed if we do not take moments to ask what lessons we have drawn from them or their works. Predictably, many leaders in Kenya and in the world have had occasion since the death of the Pope to hail him as a great person, a wonderful human being, and a compassionate Jesuit. However, I have to point out to everyone that Pope Francis, while he served, declined the trappings of the papacy, preferring to live a humble life in his Casa Santa Maria Marta residence, rather than the papal apartments used by his predecessors. Besides this, the Pope was a legendary believer and purveyor of the common touch philosophy, always preferring to reach out to the masses and to show compassion to the lowly. Indeed, the late Pontiff was a strong opponent of global economic models that enriched a few and widened the gap between the rich and the poor, often pointing out the unsuitability of such economics. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is my strong contention, therefore, that mourning the Pope in flowery media releases while holding on to the exclusivity of right-wing politics, divisive ethnic rhetoric, corruption, and wanton theft of public resources is hypocritical, insofar as it runs counter to the principles held dear by the departed Pontiff. The Catholic Communion is often painted as a hugely conservative institution, and yet in the period that it has been led by a progressive liberal, the conversation around freedom, rights, and equality has been magnified more. The lesson being that a good person at the top is all it takes for a society to find its foot and move forward. I am hoping that this lesson will not be lost to both Catholics and non-Catholics as we seek a united front in socio-economic and political realms to empower our people and move our countries forward. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am inclined to express my hope that whoever becomes the new Pope will stay on the progressive path charted by the departed Pontiff rather than returning the Holy See to the conservative arena. The challenges facing the Church and the world today require a new focus, new methods, and a new vision. The Church and the political platform are now dominated by younger people, for whom conservative beliefs may not hold sway. Like Pope Francis, we are obligated to be more sympathetic to migrants, to gender and sexual minorities, to the vulnerable, and to the new face of the young voter, nearly all liberal. We have to spur action on climate change and build bridges across ethnic divides. We are now called upon to detach from the divisive rhetoric of our predecessors and embrace each other in our diversity because we have no other option. This will be the greatest way to honor the memory and work of Pope Francis. I thank you, Honourable Speaker.